Hello, my name is Roxanne New. The beach that I have chosen to study in Falmouth is Swanpool on the south coast. This beach also has a lake which is positioned behind the coast separated by a sandbar. This lake is home to a variety of wildlife. Both the lake and beach is a spectacular site which is owned and protected by Carrick District Council and Cornwall Wildlife Trust. Over the past 40 years, Swanpool has changed dramatically. Back in 1975 there used to be a miniature electric railway line that the children played on, which used to be where the car park is now. This car park has been adapted to accommodate far more tourists than what it previously could at the time of the miniature railway. Also, the tourist attraction to this area would have been very minimal than what it is today. However, there are many conservation groups that play a big part in protecting this area, which were chosen in 1995. These are English Nature, Country Wildlife Site and Cornwall Wildlife Trust, each having instigated and protective legislations. The legislations that are in place today include the SSSI, also known as a Site of Special Scientific Interest, Local Nature Reserve and a SAC, or Special Area of Conservation. These conservations are put in place to protect the habitats and species, but one in particular is the trembling sea mat that is able to survive in the brackish lagoon environments. The trembling sea mat cannot be found anywhere else around the UK except for Swanpool. This is because it is able to grow in the lagoon habitat due to the perfect conditions of salinity. In 1993, a management plan was put together for Swanpool Beach and the lagoon by the Carrick Council commissioned Environmental Consultants Limited. The plan would be carried out for 5 years. It was then further updated in 2000 to continue through to 2006. Many activities have been undertaken since the last plan was written. The management plan has referred to the original plans in order further evaluation in the site's physical, biological assets and various background information. Many things have to be taken into account when analysing the beach, such as erosion, tourist attraction, facilities, coastal paths, health and safety, water quality and disposal bins. When all these have been taken into consideration by a Carrick District Council and have met the correct standards, then the site is allowed to be used by the public. The facilities that this location has to offer to the public and the tourists are the cafe, restaurant, toilets, mini-golf and transport. Each of these has their own laws, so they are able to minimise their impact upon the environment and the local ecosystems. Carrick District Council has to keep observation of the shoreline to prevent health risks to the public. This is done by health and safety checks. At the same time, further research can be done to observe the weathering along the coast that is making it erode, which will help and relate to the climate change over the years. The Environmental Agency needs to meet the highest criteria to be able to say that the water quality is at a satisfying level for bathing use. These water quality standards are set by the European Bathing Water Directive. This was last updated 13th November 2008. The sewage outlets, pollutants, pathogen and litter disposal have to be at a low level to prevent pollution entering the water bodies. There is a water outlet on the beach on the left hand side by the reef which is being kept under control. The water coming out of the outlet is from the lake to keep it at a minimal level so it does not overflow. This also prevents the road from flooding. On Swanpool Beach, the council have placed out different kinds of bins, which are the recycling bins in the car park, dog disposal bins plus litter bins around the coastal path, on the beach and around the nature reserve. This is really good because the total number of tourists that come to the beach each year, the level of control is kept to a satisfying amount. At certain times of the year, dogs are banned from this beach to keep the health and safety from humans away from the build-up of feces. Dogs are refrained from the beach between Easter and October due to the number of people on the beach reducing the risk factor and the level of pollution. For the health and safety, if any accidents happened in the water, the council has provided the shoreline with 2 life rings. One of these is at the top of the beach and the other is on the left-hand side at the beginning of the coastal path. Due to the location that Swanpool is in, it has a lot of natural beauty that it can offer. With maintaining both habitats and species, it is able to give the public a pleasing invitation to go to the beach and the lake to take their mind off their worries. Also, there are spectacular views. In result of these wonderful views and the great facilities it's able to give in the summer and winter with a nearby town, this encourages holiday makers, first-time home buyers and the retired to come and move to the area. Okay, and so you don't live in Falmouth?
No.
Do any of these facilities around here beneficial for you in any way?
Well, yes, the beach, obviously.
Yeah. Do you do the mini golf?
No, but we could do.
Have you been to the restaurant?
No.
No, but somebody told me that it was very, very good.
Yeah? Okay. Have you seen the lake and what's your thoughts on it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay, the lake's that way. Do you, since you've just come down here, do you think the council could do anything to improve what you've seen?
I think it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe more benches by the side of the lake.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's very much.
Hello, do you live in Falmouth?
In Penryn,
In Penryn. What brings you to Swanpool Beach?
the sea.
The sea. Lovely day.
Yeah.
Sorry. How do you find the facilities and how do they benefit you?
I think the beach craft's really good, and I always have a cup of coffee there. And when I come in from a swim, it's good to have a coffee there and something to eat. So.
Do you think the council could do anything to improve the lake and the beach?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty good as it is.
You think they maintain it well
Yeah, yeah.
in both summer and the winter?
Yes, I think my only sort of quibble would be the fact that the toilets aren't open in the week in the winter. They're only open at the weekends, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
Want to go for a beach.
How often do you come to Swanpool?
In the winter it's usually just once a week, but in the summer it might be 3 or 4 or 5 times. And I'll come down here after work and go for a swim. But winter it's usually just once, depending on the weather.
And the bathing waters are at good condition all year round?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes there's an awful lot of seaweed. I don't do much about that.
And on the litterway?
Litter is usually pretty good down here. I don't know about. I don't know if the dogs are kicked off the beach at Easter. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But,
Easter onwards to October.
Yeah. So, but no, litter's quite good, and the water's always very clean and clear, apart from when it's turned up by the weather.
Yeah. Well, thank you. In my personal opinion, I would say that Swanpool Beach has so much to offer and that the Cornwall District Council and the locals maintain this area at a very good level. Also, I believe that they are doing everything correctly for being able to bring in an excellent income rate during the tourist seasons.